the Bible begins John chapter 14 with, do not let your heart be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. Why do you think John chapter 14 begins with, do not let your heart be troubled? Why do you think it begins like that? Yes, I'm waiting to hear from you. Why it begins like that? If you back up a little bit to John chapter 13, John chapter 13 verse 37, Peter asked, Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you. Then Jesus answered, 38, will you really lay down your life for me? I tell you the truth, before the cock crows, you will disown me 3 times. John chapter 14 begins by Jesus telling the disciples, do not let your heart be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. It begins this way because in John chapter 13, it closes by him telling his disciples that very soon he was going to be handed to the Jews and they are going to crucify him. And so they knew that their master, as he's going into Jerusalem, he may not come back. He will not be coming back because he has told them that as he's going there, he's going to die. They came down for the Passover. Remember, as we studied, they say 6 days before the Passover, Jesus Christ came down and he stayed with his disciples in the house of Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. And they received him. They made a big party, a big dinner for him. And after this, that was in chapter 12. And after this, he goes to 13. He's having this last supper with his disciples and he washes their feet. And then he comes down to 14. And at the end of 13, he tells them, as we are going into Jerusalem like this for this Passover, I will be handed over to the Jews. I will be handed over to the Jews and they will do manner of things. They will molest me, they will beat me, and then finally they will crucify me. So be ready that as we are going back, it is my corpse you will see. He comes now to 14. He says, do not let your heart be troubled. Why should your heart be troubled? Because he just told them that as he's going like this, this may be their last meal together. As they have eaten like this may be the last time they will sit as a family, as a Christian family. As they are going like this may be the last time. And then Peter looks at him, say, in 13, Peter said, it just cannot happen. If they will kill you, they will kill me and you. It just cannot. I will not allow that thing to happen. Then he looks at Peter and said, even before the cock will crow, you will disown me 3 times. I mean, why did he tell them that they should trust also in him? What do you think? Why do you think that he's telling them that they should trust also in him? He's telling them that they should trust also in him because he had told them what will happen with him. That even if he will be crucified, after 3 days, he will rise again. That's why he's telling them that do not let your heart be troubled. Meaning that everything I have told you will come to pass exactly as I have told you. So do not let your heart be troubled. Otherwise, he's saying that do not cry. Do not lament. For you will miss me only for 3 days. After 3 days, I will rise again. That's why he's telling them, do not let your heart be troubled. Trust in God. That God, whatever he has said he will do through me, he will do. That's why 14 begins by, do not let your heart be troubled. Trust in God and trust also in me. He goes further by telling them, in my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. In my Father's house, there are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. Jewish houses at that time, especially the one in which they were having the Last Supper, it used to be like one big hall like that. In that same hall, there is a part that they use for the dining. There is a part that they use for the kitchen, and then there is a part that they use for the parlor, the sitting room. If I thought they wanted to sit down. They didn't use to make separate room like we do now. But he's telling them, he's using the analogy of that particular room. Say, in my Father's house, it's not going to be like as you people have seen. In that place, there are many, many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I would have told you. I am going there to prepare a place for you. Remember, before he came to have the Last Supper with his disciples, he sent a couple of them to go on ahead and prepare a place that they will come and have this Last Supper. where he will come and have a feast with his disciples. And so he's using this same analogy. He said, just like I sent those people ahead to go and prepare this place that we are having this supper, that is how I am going ahead. So what do you understand by what Jesus is telling the disciples here? He said, in my Father's house there are many, many mansions, many rooms. I am going ahead to prepare a place for you. Otherwise, what is he telling his disciples according to you and according to the Bible? How do you interpret it? It's Bible study. It's very simple. He is telling them that as I am going to heaven, I want you to know that you too will come to heaven. It's as simple as that. He was already telling them that amongst you, except the son of perdition, none of you will go to hell. None of you will go to hell. It's not as if he's going to prepare a physical room for them, but it's assuring them that if they come to heaven, which he has already known, just like he sent his disciples ahead to go and prepare this room that they are having this Lord's Supper, so too he too is going ahead to go and prepare a place for each and every one of them. And so if you were there at that time, you just say, oh, thank you, Jesus. So when I die, because everybody will die, I'm going to make heaven. That's what he was telling them. He was telling them that all of you, you are very sure